BYD is outcharging Tesla, and Tesla is not even close. What if you could plug in your electric vehicle, grab a cup of coffee, and come back to a full charge in 5 minutes? That's not a concept car promise. That's what BYD's newest charging technology is already doing in the real world, and it has Tesla watching very closely. Today on USA Grid Mechanics, we're breaking down how China's biggest EV maker just made a bold move that's turning the global charging race upside down. If you haven't been following BYD closely, here's a quick picture. BYD stands for Build Your Dreams. It's a Chinese company that started out making batteries for mobile phones. Over time, it grew into one of the largest technology and manufacturing companies in the world. But the move that shocked the global auto industry came in 2022, when BYD made a decision no major automaker had attempted before. It completely stopped producing traditional gasoline and diesel vehicles. Every single car it builds today is either a fully electric vehicle or a plug-in hybrid. That bold decision paid off fast. By the end of 2025, BYD had overtaken Tesla in total EV sales for a full calendar year. Think about what that means. Tesla has been the face of the electric vehicle revolution for over a decade, and a company that only went all electric a few years ago has already matched and surpassed it in pure volume. That alone is a remarkable story. But what BYD is doing now goes even further. To understand why BYD's latest move is significant, we need to step back and appreciate what Tesla's Supercharger network actually did for the EV industry. In the early days of electric vehicles, one of the biggest fears people had was running out of charge in the middle of a trip with nowhere to plug in. That fear, called range anxiety, kept millions of potential buyers on the sidelines. Tesla solved that problem by building its own fast-charging network, the Supercharger system, along major travel routes across the United States and eventually worldwide. It was reliable, widely available, and fast enough to make long road trips genuinely practical. It was a game changer. The charging network became just as important to Tesla's success as the cars themselves. Now BYD is applying that exact same lesson, but it's doing it with significantly more power under the hood. In March 2026, BYD officially launched what it calls the world's most powerful mass-produced supercharger, the Flash Charger 2.0. Each station delivers up to 1,500 kilowatts of power, which is 3 times the output of Tesla's V4 supercharger and roughly 5 times what most European automakers currently support. For everyday context, that power gap translates directly into how long you wait at the charger. Less waiting means more driving. The big engineering challenge with ultra-fast charging is protecting the local electrical grid from massive power spikes. BYD solved this cleverly. Instead of pulling 1,500 kilowatts directly from the grid in real time, each station contains its own on-site battery storage system that slowly and steadily draws power from the grid around the clock, storing it up. When a car plugs in, the station discharges that stored energy into the vehicle's battery at the full 1,500 kilowatt rate. This completely shields the local electrical grid from sudden large loads, which means BYD can install these stations in far more locations without requiring expensive grid upgrades. The headline result: 400 kilometers of driving range added in just 5 minutes. Roughly the time it takes to grab a coffee. Real-world tests on the Denza Z9 GT, one of BYD's premium models, reached 500 kilometers of range added in independent testing this past April. Each flash charging stall comes with 2 charging guns and a super-fast energy storage system, meaning electric vehicles from other brands can also use BYD's network, although their charging speed will be significantly lower than what BYD's own vehicles achieve. Speed of deployment is where this story gets really interesting. Industry reports indicate BYD had built more than 6,100 flash charging stations across China by late May 2026, with coverage extending to over 300 cities. The domestic strategy includes 18,000 station-within-a-station sites co-built with partners. designed to ensure 90% urban coverage within a 5-kilometer radius in major Chinese cities, with the remaining 2,000 locations as dedicated highway stations. A cooperation agreement with Sinopec, China's largest fuel station network, with over 30,000 locations, is expected to accelerate the infrastructure expansion even further. That partnership is powerful. Sinopec already has the land, the customer footfall, and the national footprint. BYD brings the technology. Together, they can install charging infrastructure at a pace that would be very difficult for a standalone company to match. The global ambition is equally aggressive. The broader global plan covers 6,000 flash charging stations outside China by the end of 2026, alongside 20,000 within China. BYD isn't limiting this to China. BYD has switched on its first commercial flash charging stations in Germany and the UK, kicking off a plan to install 3,000 ultra-fast chargers across Europe by the end of 2026. The company is spending approximately €2 billion to make this happen. The German launch follows the initial European demonstration of BYD's latest charging architecture, which was showcased in Paris in April, alongside the domestic launch of the Blade Battery 2.0 and Flash Charging 2.0. BYD also opened its first dedicated German showroom in Hamburg in June and plans approximately 40 German stores by the end of 2026. By comparison, Tesla already has around 20,000 supercharger sites across Europe, but its fastest hardware tops out at 500 kilowatts, and legacy European automakers like BMW, Mercedes, and Volkswagen typically cap at 200 to 350 kilowatts. So in terms of sheer charging speed, BYD is arriving in Europe as the fastest option on the market. Now, raw speed and station count aren't the whole story. Tesla still holds some real advantages that BYD will need years to replicate. Tesla has accumulated over a decade of route planning data, has demonstrated around 99% uptime reliability across its network, and its NACS charging standard has been adopted by multiple competing automakers, meaning Ford, GM, and others are now Tesla Supercharger customers too. That's a powerful network effect. In terms of scale comparison, analysts tracking both companies project that if BYD continues expanding at its current pace and Tesla continues at roughly 18% annual growth, BYD's global charging network, measured in charging stall equivalents, could match or surpass Tesla's total somewhere between 2029 and 2030. That is an extraordinary trajectory for a network that barely existed 2 years ago. In China specifically, BYD's overseas sales grew 41.4% year-on-year in February 2026, totaling over 100,000 units in a single month. The 2026 overseas sales target of 1.3 million units represents a roughly 24% increase over the 1.05 million units exported in 2025. A fast, reliable charging network in each of those export markets directly supports that sales growth. Here's the broader point that we want you to take away from this. The electric vehicle transition isn't just about the cars. It's about the infrastructure ecosystem surrounding those cars. Tesla understood that a decade ago, and it gave them a massive competitive edge. BYD has clearly learned from that playbook and is now executing it on a global scale, with technology that is measurably faster than what currently exists in most markets. With BYD manufacturing plants already operational in Thailand, Brazil, and Hungary, the charging rollout is being prioritized in markets where the company already has an established production and sales footprint. That's a deliberate, coordinated strategy. Build the cars, build the charging network, and give buyers a complete ecosystem rather than a vehicle that requires hunting for third-party chargers. BYD's CEO has stated publicly that the company aims to become the world's largest automaker within 5 years, and the international expansion of both its vehicles and its charging infrastructure is central to that goal. So there you have it. The charging war just got a lot more interesting. BYD is deploying ultra-fast charging infrastructure at a speed and scale that the industry has never seen before, and it's doing it across 3 continents simultaneously. Whether or not BYD ever enters the US market, The ripple effects of this competition are already pushing the entire industry toward faster, smarter, and more accessible charging for everyone. If you found this breakdown useful, hit that like button and subscribe to USA Grid Mechanics, because we cover the energy and infrastructure stories that actually shape the future of transportation and human sustainability. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think BYD can catch Tesla's charging network globally? We want to hear from you.